Have you ever felt the world pushing you, telling you to go faster, to catch up? Everyone is in a race to get the job, a race to buy the house, a race to find love before it's too late. It feels like if you slow down for even 1 second, the world will leave you behind. Everyone is shouting, "Hurry, hurry, you're going to miss your chance." But what if slowing down wasn't a weakness? What if waiting wasn't a mistake? What if, in the middle of all that noise, you knew something that no one else did, a secret truth that changed everything? Today's story is about a man named Aaron, and his story will make you rethink every single time you felt pressured to rush. Arun was a simple man living in a small town. He wasn't rich, he wasn't powerful, he was just a potter. Every day he would sit at his wheel, take a lump of wet clay, and turn it into beautiful pots, cups, and vases. His workshop was right on the main road. Every day, people would pass by, businessmen in cars, students on bicycles, mothers walking to the market, and they would all see Aaron working slowly, carefully. He would spend hours on a single pot. He would feel the clay with his fingers. He would make sure the shape was perfect. He would smooth out every tiny crack, and this bothered the people of the town. One day, a shopkeeper stopped by his shop. "Arun," he said, "look at you. You spend 2 hours on one pot. Why?" "Make 10 pots in that time, sell them cheap. You will make more money." Aaron just smiled. "This pot needs time," he said. Another day, his old friend came to visit. The friend was now a big businessman in the city. He wore a shiny watch and expensive shoes. He looked at Arun's small shop and shook his head. "Arun, my friend," he said, "you are wasting your life. Come to the city with me. We will start a factory. We will make pots with machines. 1,000 pots a day. We will be millionaires." Again, Arun smiled. He picked up a small, delicate cup that he had just finished. He held it up to the light. "Look at this," he said softly. "Can a machine make this? Can a machine put a piece of his soul into the clay?" The businessman laughed. "Soul? People don't buy soul, Arun. They buy cups. They want it cheap, and they want it now. You are too slow. You are being left behind." His friend left, and Arun was alone again with his clay. The words of his friend echoed in his mind. Too slow, being left behind. That night, for the first time in years, Aaron felt doubt. He looked at his hands, rough and stained with clay. He looked at his small shop with only a few pots on the shelf. He looked outside and saw the modern world passing him by. Cars honking, lights flashing, everyone rushing, everyone chasing something. And he felt small. Maybe they were right. Maybe he was a fool. Maybe in this fast world there was no place for slow, careful work. The next morning, a young man came to his shop. He was in a hurry. He was breathing fast. He looked at a beautiful water pot. "How much?" the young man asked. Arun told him the price. The young man's eyes widened. "That's too much. I can get a plastic water bottle for 1/10 of that price. It's lighter, it's cheaper, and I can buy it right now." Arun looked at the pot. "Plastic is light," Arun said. "But clay breathes. Water in a clay pot stays cool. It tastes sweet. It gives you life, not just liquid. Clay has memory, young man. It remembers the earth it came from." The young man just shook his head. "I don't have time for poetry, uncle. I need a bottle. I need it now. I'm late for work." And he ran off. That was the moment. The breaking point. The world had officially rejected him. They wanted plastic. They wanted speed. They wanted cheap. They didn't want his art. They didn't want his soul. Arun sat down on his stool. He felt old. He felt useless. He looked at the lump of clay on his wheel. What was the point? Days passed. Arun didn't work. He just sat there, watching the world rush by. The wheel was silent. The clay was dry. One evening, as the sun was setting, an old car stopped outside his shop. An elderly woman stepped out. She was dressed simply, but her eyes were kind and sharp. She walked slowly into his shop. She looked around at the few dusty pots on the shelf. She didn't say anything for a long time. Then, she pointed to a pot in the corner. It was a special pot Arun had made months ago. He had put more love into that pot than anything else. It had a slight imperfection, a tiny curve that wasn't planned, but to Arun it was perfect. "This one," she said, her voice soft. Arun was surprised. "That one? But madam, look, it has a flaw. See this curve, it's not perfectly round." The old woman smiled. She picked up the pot and held it just like Arun used to. "This is not a flaw," she said. "This is a signature." Only a human hand could make this curve. Only a patient heart could wait for the clay to guide him. This pot has a story. Aaron's heart skipped a beat. The woman continued, "I have been looking for a pot like this for a year. I have been to big stores. I have seen thousands of pots made by machines. They are all the same. They are cold. They are empty. But this pot feels warm. It feels alive." Tears welled up in Arun's eyes. Someone saw him. Someone understood. The woman didn't just buy the pot, she bought 3 more. And she didn't bargain. She paid him double the price he asked. Before she left, she turned to him. Her eyes were serious. "Young man," she said, "the world will always tell you to go fast, but the things that last, the things that truly matter, they are never made in a hurry. They are made with time. They are made with patience. They are made with love. Do not let the world rush your soul." She got in her car and drove away, disappearing into the rush of the sea. Arun stood there for a long time, holding the money in his hand. He looked at his silent wheel. He looked at the dry clay. And for the first time in days, he smiled. A real smile. He walked back to his wheel. He wet the clay. He started the wheel. And as it turned, he remembered her words. "Do not let the world rush your soul." He understood now. The people who told him to hurry, they were not bad people. They were just blind. They were caught in the current. They were rushing because everyone else was rushing. They were buying plastic because it was fast. They were living fast lives, chasing fast money, and building fast relationships that broke just as fast. But Arun knew something they didn't. He knew that the deepest satisfaction doesn't come from how much you have. It comes from how much care you put into what you do. He knew that a seed doesn't become a tree by being pulled. It grows by being nurtured, in silence, in patience. He knew that the most valuable things in life, love, trust, skill, art cannot be mass-produced. They must be handmade by the heart. So, the next time the world tells you to hurry, ask yourself, where am I going so fast? Are you rushing through your dinner just to get back to work? Are you rushing through a conversation just to check your phone? Are you rushing through your life, waiting for the weekend, waiting for the vacation, waiting for the future, that you are missing the only moment you actually have, the now? Arun's shop is still there on that busy road. The cars still honk, the people still rush, but Arun doesn't hear the noise anymore. He hears the quiet song of the wheel. He feels the cool breath of the clay. He knows that every pot he makes carries a piece of his peace. And those pots find their way to the people who are tired of plastic, the people who are hungry for something real. They told him to hurry, but he knew something they didn't. He knew that the race is an illusion. The only finish line that matters is the one you cross with a heart full of love and hands that created something beautiful. Don't let the world rush your soul. If this story touched your heart, please like and share it with someone who needs to hear it today. And remember, take your time. The world will wait.